even said anything yet. I'm already getting claps, thanks. So my name's Shanice Mears. I'm from The Elephant Room. I'm the co-founder and also Chief Talent Officer. And this is for the culture. I've got 5 minutes, so I'm going to just go straight in. So welcome to The Elephant Room, as in this is us. So there's Dan, Katie, Chris, myself and Will. And we like to describe ourselves as a new kind of creative company, whereby it's not just about advertising and we're not just here to do it, we're here to change it. And as you can see, we're all different and we embrace our differences and our representations of where we come from and bring in obviously our cultures to create a great thing. So The Elephant Room literally is like just under a year old, so we're not even a year old yet, but we're already making testimonies within the industry by creating teams that are bespoke teams for clients and collaborating with the wider creative industries and allowing brands to understand that actually within the advertising world, it's not just a creative that exists there, but there's a whole of a creative that exists outside of that we should be embracing also. So this is my current quick tastemaker of the current climate and social climate of the culture right now. So you can see we always release things about how diverse are people's companies and how diverse is this agency and what are they doing to be representative of that. We have Jeremy Corbyn and Jamie. I don't know if you guys have watched that interview, but you should. Everyone who has been in London for the past, I don't know, now you've seen the Londoner advert, which was pretty amazing. I'm not a Londoner, but I really did think that it was a good advert for what it represented and for how people came across within that advert. And I think for a long time, a lot of people from those areas that they were trying to represent were waiting for that. And I think for the culture, a lot of the time we hear that, oh, I'm doing it for the culture, or I don't know if you're on social media, but you'll see a lot of, I'm representing the culture. But actually, what is that? Like, what are you actually trying to represent when you're doing things and when you're talking to people, or when brands and agencies or organisations or anything like that, when you're talking about culture, what is it actually that you're trying to represent? And I think that this is just a small example of it becomes blurred lines sometimes and sometimes fake news. But for the culture, we all have a responsibility within culture to create it, to change it, to contribute. And this is sort of just my makeup of what's going on right now in terms of the current climate. Which brings me to this amazing quote that I made up, but I'm sure it's been said somewhere else. Don't ever close the door on potential, build a relationship if you can't offer an opportunity. And I think that that's probably one of the most amazing things that I've learned being the head of talent at the Elephant Room. I come across talent all the time and meet different people all the time, and we can't always offer an opportunity, we can't always offer a job or an internship or a placement, but actually I always offer the opportunity to build a relationship. And I think that that's probably one of the most important things. I think that a lot of the time when people walk into interviews or when people walk out of jobs, you sort of disconnect, like there's a sudden disconnect and you no longer keep in contact, or you keep in contact with the people and not the actual place. And that's a big mistake. Like, you need to keep in contact with people and places, and you have to be representative of those people within there. And I think that this is one of the biggest things that we're not doing at the moment. And as young people and as older, the people in the older generation, we're not doing that enough. And young people need to know that if I'm talking to you right now in the audience, that if you don't get offered a job, it doesn't mean you're not good enough. And if someone doesn't offer someone a job based off their skill set, then you also should know that you can nurture a skill set and you can nurture their character. So always build a relationship, I think. It's a blank screen. So I did this on purpose because I think that as we contribute to culture, we never know. Like, it's untold, it's unpredictable. Like, we don't know what the future brings or what potential can bring to us. And a lot of the time, I think we make way too many assumptions that people will bring this certain type of thing or this stereotype will exist. And I still get it a lot of the time, and then they'll hear me speak or I tell them what they're doing and they're super shocked, and that shouldn't be the case. And I think that this is why the blank screen exists. It's like it's a blank canvas, and it's your chance to create that. Like, people walk in, don't take them for their image, but take them just for what it is. Talk to them and build that connection, like I said, for the culture, because you can be creating something for the culture that doesn't even exist yet. And this is not just me bigging myself up, but I came through an internship called Digify. I'm also a brand manager at Guap Magazine, which is an amazing underground magazine. And, you know, I think that 2016, I just moved to London. I was an intern. I didn't really know my way. And now I'm here and I'm here. And I think that that just shows it's an outstanding achievement just for myself, but also for young people watching me. I know a couple of my friends are here today in the audience and they're super proud. And I think it's also important for people like those to see people like me here and know that it's not impossible. So that's just a sort of testimony in itself. So thank you.